this is Divine Sunshine. I wanted, before I roll into this one, excuse me, with this one is pretty much kind of chopped up in pieces because I had a light outage here. I got something in my hair, I can feel it. A light outage that happened here in my neighborhood. But the information is pretty good. I don't want to kind of just scrap it and say forget it, because this was from the point of view of the best friend of the karmic. It was missing a piece in the section of the one that was talking about, as far as, because that was my second time doing it. They talked about I think it was the whole dynamics of what was actually going on with it, but it was just pretty much the overall energies was that understanding that the divine masculine, because there was a message that was received from the trying to remember, was it from the feminine? There's something about this, I don't know what it is, but it's something about this one that this person really don't want this information to come out. That's all I'm gonna say, because most of the time I can remember stuff off the top of my head. It's had so many interruptions with this one that she didn't really want stuff. She was like scared. I call her the shy one in there. She don't say much, and them shy ones you gotta watch, because she could be a friend of me in disguise or whatever. So go on and watch it, see in between. She did give the solution. I was able to salvage that, but the first one got erased and deleted. And then again, we had so many interruptions up there. So she gives a real good view about what's going on with her friend, but looks like she didn't want it to get out about what she's seeing happening behind the scenes. But she did say that the divine masculine was smart. She's seen him always plotting and looked like he's always looking for a way out of the situation all along. So watch what's coming after this way. Again, my apologies about the chop that has in, but again, I did not want to throw it out because again, it has some good points in it, and so it's going to be kind of a little choppy. You're going to have to kind of pull in and be a detective like Olivia Pope and put in all the stuff. So here is the best friend one, the first one I had did the interview of the series, letting you know about what her viewpoint was about the divine feminine karmic. All right, watch and be entertained. Bye. Okay. All right. So with that understanding, let's see. Next one. Okay. They're having to choose between the two of them. Okay. And seeing which one. Let's look and see as far as what are the solutions according to this the best friend here. What does she see that her friend has to do? She says again, just like the other one, she see her as the same as having issues with being able to looking at the person. She's got to really take that self-introspection too, and seeing how this negative thinking has really tied her up in life. How she's really trying to portray like she's okay in one scope, but at the same time that actually things are, she's imprisoning herself by these thoughts here. So she's got to really, according to her best friend, she's got to work on that. What does she see that her friend is destined for? Okay. To be flexible. She needs to learn flexibility and stuff, because a lot of times she thinks things should happen one way, and she says she's got to understand that she's got to be open and receptive for things to happen, because I see even like these look like little fall leaves here things have got to fall away. Some things have to change colors. You might have said, well, I thought everything's supposed to be green because I want the tree and the leaves on the trees to be green. And then over time, you see when fall comes, some of the leaves turn orange, some of them turn pretty fuchsia pinks, some of them turn yellow, some of them turn all different kind of colors. And you have to be, you know, just because you expected things to be green, you have to be open and receptive that other things may happen in a different way. And that's very helpful because, again, you know, it helps you to see the beauty in things. Like, I thought it was one way, but you have to open yourself to be understanding that sometimes things could turn out better than what you think if you are open and receptive to change and something different appearing and coming your way. What's the things that she feels is going to have to change for her bestie is her motivation. She's got to find a motivation, the way to get out of here, to truly have her bliss in this whole ordeal. She's saying she's got to be able to stand in her power here. And she's got to be in red is right there, smack dab in the center of it. So she's got to be grounded and rooted in things. She's also got to watch how she is able to, she's also got to watch how she is in her sacral, how she's having it being connected to other people. She's got to watch how she's manifesting things as well. And also her heart chakra plays a part in it. It's not as vibrant as I would like it to, because it's kind of excuse me, she got to release some stuff too. It's not as vibrant as I like it to be as well, but it's kind of light, so she needs to get into her heart space too. She said her health care got to change too. So her mental mind, her spiritual, her emotional, her psychological, her physical things, health has got to change, because to me, it seems like when I look at this looks like it's a lot of mental things going on with her friend. Now, and like I said, what I'm saying again, like that, my precious, is a little madness that's going on with her friend. Just getting in this situation, she's like, when she got into this, she just like turned like into something that she's not really familiarized. So she really is concerned about her mental health. Mental and emotional health in this situation. And she said what's got to change for her best friend is that she's got to actually make a decision here. Let spirit guide her. Stand in your power when you're doing that. And then also think about how you're able to manifest these things, and how your connections to others is also playing a big role in part as to why you are making the decision as well. So this is what she's saying too. What things do you think your friend has to surrender to? What does have to surrender? She's saying she say, girlfriend, you got to surrender the fear. Let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on your solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. She's like, you got to make a move, but you got to feel the fear, but do it anyway. I see fire here. So you got to kind of just go on here through the fire, whether you get it from family and friends and yourself and whoever, and just go on ahead. And then she says, surrender to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. Miracles can happen because, again, like I said, already sources say, I see divine intervention has got to play a part and step into this situation. Number two, a miracle because after this, she's probably going to be thinking the karmic is also, or the remediator is also going to be thinking that there's nobody else out there. Who gonna want me now? Don't nobody want me like this. You know, I'm divorced. I'm you know, this situation. And you got to remember, you know, like, you know, what's going to happen to my life now. I was used to that lifestyle. People ain't going to really be, you know, look at me at that same way. I'm going to go back to being a has-been. I'm going to go back to nobody put me in the spotlight and open and holding me up like that. But, you know, I would tell the karmic here as well, you know, if you're that person and that person that likes that attention, you could be using this thing, and I speak fluent karmic if I go into my karmic self, something in the past that I would delve into that will and say, I would use it to my advantage to have the sympathy card or the empathy card. Also being able to empower. Look at me. I'm divorced. I thought that person was the one. He was not the one. He showed himself. He showed his true colors to be. Yada, yada, yada. I would play it so many other ways that I wouldn't be coming out the victim. I would be coming out the victor in the whole situation. I mean, and that's not in the way of like you are manipulating the situation, but at the same time, if you are truly a divine feminine karmic, that is your job, to show people that, hey, when things don't work out and they're not working into your way you think it should be, or it's hurting you and it's not showing you the truest form of love for self or love for the other person, you be able to kind of say, you know what, I thought I was, but now the more I was in it, I found out that he wasn't the one. And sometimes in life you have to do that. You have to step up and say to yourself, you know what, I made a boo-boo. I made the wrong choice. Everybody didn't have that one that I've known, and you're not by yourself. A lot of people, let me change that. A lot of people have been in that type of situation, that they have been married to somebody and it's like, oh my God, I don't know what the hell I was thinking, or being with the person say what I was thinking. Everybody has been that. Like the song say, everybody plays the fool sometimes. There's no exception to the rules. Listen, baby. So if there is it may be factual, it may be cruel, but everybody's played the fool. Okay, so this ain't because you coming in here all of a sudden it's something totally different that's coming in here. Just understand that happens. That's life. That's why she's telling you to be, what's this one? It was saying to be flexible. One of them was something about flexibility. And I was like, why that card come out? Right. Be flexible about this stuff. Some things fall away. And then after that, be your tiger as you come into that. And inspire other people. Like, yeah, baby, he did what, he wasn't the one. And then you go ahead and step out and empower yourself from that and empower others about this is what happens when love go wrong. And this is how you can turn it around, and I gotta hope that love, the source is going to bring me another one. That's all you got to do is play it that way. But, holding on to something that don't want to hold you is not the route to go. And this is what your friend is even saying. They're like, I don't know where my friend went. I don't know where she went in this situation. She's saying, I can look at the man. She said, every time I look at the divine master, he looks like he's trying to get out. He ain't there. Every time I look at him, I can tell. I said, he ain't, Especially with the things she done told my girl and told me. He gone. She just holding on to Shell and just out of this vengeance, this being nasty at this point by holding on. What's your last thing that you want to do? Because I had to switch over to my phone. Something's going on with my iPad. I got to see what's going on with this. So, again, what's the one message? Just one card, please. BFF of the karmic. Tell me, what's the one message that you want to leave us with? She said, girlfriend, sit back and relax. Oral love is in your future. So what she's saying is, to me, oral love, well, let's just do it more spiritual. There is a greater love, oral love. That go back to that card again, like I'm saying, girl, here it is right here. Why are you self-serving yourself here in this situation? Oral love, that means somebody else giving it to you, because you sure can't go down there and give it to yourself, can you? I know you say, oh my God, this show, where's it went? This is not, is this the divine show? You sure can't give it to yourself. So the girlfriend saying, just wait, sit back and relax, let that go, do what you have, admit that you did wrong, be flexible about this, and pick the wrong one you thought he was not the one. Sit back and relax. Watch the show as it plays out as far as you getting rid of the divine masculine, and then wait for this oral love that's coming up next, because that's going to be, which means somebody else is going to be giving you pleasure, and that's going to be the best type of great love, I'll put it that way, as ever before. All right then. Okay, that is the end. I want to say thank you very much to this karmic friends, her best friend, for coming in and talking and spilling the tea on her friend, saying she's concerned. She was concerned there a little bit. She's not as concerned and scared and frightened like the divine masculine's mom was. we'll see when we go into delve into the other one. But she was very concerned about her as well. So we'll delve into one of the parents or some family member. We're going to get into them because don't nobody know you like family and your best friend. So we'll get into that next for the next episode as well. So as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you. Please make sure you get one of my divine love letters as well. Go to divineunisouls11.co. It's only $14 to get that. All information is below. Also, if you watch the commercial that follows after this is my commercial, not YouTube's commercial. It'll tell you all the info that you need to know about getting your divine unisouls. Because I can tell by some of the comments, like, where I go get it. I say, some tell me you've clicked off before you even watch my commercial that comes corresponding right after this to let you know about that. So watch the commercial so you can be able to get more info about how you can get your own divine unisouls divine unisouls love letter. All right. Mwah. Love you. Hello, this is Divine Sunshine. I am so woo about this reading that I had. I had started off and it was from the karmic from the best friend. And I thought it had taped it, went in there, told me it wasn't enough. It didn't record it at all. So I'm going to, so far I have not, I took the cards, so I'm going to take it out of the box as I go along in order. Because most of the time I have it is I lay the cards right on top. So hopefully it went in that order because this divine karmic feminine, his best friend was spilling the tea on everything that what she had noticed and what she did. So I will remember some of the things in there and then add it on. The only thing that I wanted to do differently and I didn't get a chance to is I wanted to know what type of friend she was. I kept on saying it all along. It's like, can you describe this person? And I did not do it. And I think that's one of the reasons why our spirit did not allow a source clear for it to actually go through, because it was like you're missing the key so we can get an idea of the perspective of the person that's actually telling this story. So can I get this one card telling me about who this person is? Mother of the universe, I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. Okay, so this person understands really about things, the understanding of I had picked up very strongly this person was already a divine herself, so they're like friends. Both of them are divines. This person here is already has found herself. She understands what things are going to release her, so she's kind of been experienced. This is what I'm picking up from her, and it's time to be the truth of who I am. And to be, she's a person who kind of tells it like it is. It's interesting. It's got this sword here on top for her, and really having the idea. Now it's interesting. She's got these bones, so she didn't crush. She's a bone collector. She's, to me, like a person who's collect bones, who tells it, because like I said, she didn't have no problem in spilling the beans about what was actually going on with the karmic. Okay. The first thing that I had asked her was again, what did she see as far as the energy? I'm trying to remember that in order that I did. Most of the time it's this one. What did I see as far as, because I got the cards out that I had. What did I see was the issue? These are the two with the divine karmic, with this karmic person. And the two cards that had came out was enlightenment, inspiration, epiphany, innovation. And she had told me in the conversation the first time we had it was like me recapping over again, that she said that she usually when she thinks about her, this is the one, natural, authentic, real, and organic. This is the one. She stated that really before this actually had happened, she to me really was this type of person. She was authentic, she was real, she was organic. However, now that I'm going back and replaying it again, she was saying that this is something that she's got to really learn how to be. She might have appeared to be real, authentic, and that, you know, like I keep it 100, like this person says all the time, I keep 100, I keep 100, and a lot of times she's looking at it and say, nah, you don't really keep it 100. You kind of keep it that fake 100, but you don't keep it 100 all of the time, and so that's the issue. She also says that she's gotten, just like the divine masculine, she's also has gotten some epiphanies. So again, it's that linkage again from the divine, how they're the same. The divine masculine from the last reading I've done has gotten epiphanies about what's actually going on, and some realizations and some things that hit them from spirit to say about this karmic. Something ain't right about her, and he has not moved. That came from the divine masculine's mother figure as well, and this is also came from the collective from the divine masculine. She too is mimicking or also mirroring the same thing. She's also saying that with her, the only thing, the problem is with her is that she's got this black cat, which is superstitions. She is believing that also because of the family has done it, the Jacksons do it this way. If I decide to do it any different way, that usually doesn't work for the Jacksons. So she's got some ancestral things that she's trying to clear, which came out in the first time that it came out in the reading, and it's saying the same thing here too as well. She also, as I look back at here again, I'm looking at this pumpkin, which reminds me of the Cinderella story. She believes also in these fairy tales. This is something that has been kind of like imprinted in her also from family, maybe stories, maybe the mother, the female figures in her life has always said that, painted this fairy tale of Cinderella, you know, finding the right one with the right shoe and the fit shoe that's like a glove, and then, you know, everything is going to be peachy keen when you're in this marriage and you come together. One thing that came out in the first time I had did it, she was saying that this person seems like when they got into it, which it came out later on in here, was that in this marriage, she seemed to have been really, had changed. She almost told and said that she was acting as if she was acting like that character in Lord of the Rings, My Precious. Once she got the ring, it looked like it made her. It's almost like some people say about fame and money. The more, when you get it, the more you will become. And the more worse off you become. You know, more, I remember the DM saying, more money, more problems. Where the more it intensifies who you are with that. And so that's been a problem and an issue that has occurred for her. Let me see if this came on top of that. And I told her what was the overall theme to their relationship. I pray that it's on top. It is. Thank you. The 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was these. This one. And it was interesting the way that how she had went on. She said what she sees is the overall theme of their thing is, it was like this. I remember this because she kept on saying that she feels like her friend is being played like a puppet, like a mannequin. It's not real. She's got all these different kind of personas that she's playing as well, and she's got a lot of other people playing her strings too, whether it's family and friends telling her how she's supposed to do. And you see this look like, you know, where is she in the midst of all of this stuff? And she feels like, since I look at this again, this is a girl and a boy. Both of them are playing a part, but they're not really being real. So it's almost like Alexander talking about, you're a fake baby. So she stated also that with the divine masculine, when she looks at him, she sees him very smart. He is a worker as well. And I also said that when I looked at this reminded me of jail too. She understands he's in prison, but she says when she looks at him, he seems like he's always thinking and scheming, like what's the way I can get out of here as well. This also stated they wanted freedom as well in this whole situation, but here is always looking for ways to be able to ascend. This here was saying that again, the divine feminine is acting fake. Again, like a mannequin, put it on other personas, trying to put on a show. This is like a stage, and really it's like, where's the real you in all of this? The confirmation, where's the real you in all of this? So it was really this whole card here, I remember from the book, was all stating how both of them want freedom, but the way in which they're getting it, it was like also this card talked about a split in the psyche as well. We talked about that in the divine masculine, between the light and the dark, the ego and the non-ego, the human spirit, and it's this split going on here, you know. as well. But also knowing that she said when she looked at the divine masculine, he was somebody to her that she's like, you know what, he's smart. She knew that. In some ways she wondered what was he doing with her friend in some ways. I was like, with that. Let me look and see. I can see it real quickly. This is the coins. And all of the cards, everything is coins. Everything is materialism. So they were really heavily, according to her, about this materialistic world that they had. Coins. This is wands. This is cups. Okay, I'm trying to see where am I off. Wands. Okay, tower, swords. Okay, where's coins is at the end. Thank you. Okay. Knight of coins. Yeah, it goes in this order. It was like the end. It was at the beginning. Yeah, this is what it was saying. Planes of consciousness and the subconsciousness, marking artificial methods of self-control. So both of them have artificial self-control. She does more than less than he. This is what she's looking at. This split again between the conscious and the subconscious here. And again, this self-control thing here, she looks like she's wearing a mask again. She's masking the emotions here. He's not. He's pretty much telling it like a TI is. Again, with this here is, again, when I see the fan, this is like false identity. This is a false person when she says she's acting like a false person. Again, this looks like also to a Ferris wheel, which lets me know that she's saying, you know, this is like, it's like around and around. Again, a cycle. It needs to stop. It needs to end. As well when it comes to her and this persona that she is portraying as well. She said this card right here was it in a nutshell. You know, she believed at the beginning that when they were married, you know, that's going back to that pumpkin, that Cinderella story. It's supposed to be a fairy tale when you were married. Probably when they did get married, it was considered like a fairy tale. A lot of people were celebrating in there. She felt like, again, she had finally, I'm being admired, upheld. People are looking at me, you know, they're raising me up, you know, this kind of way. She felt like it was a coming up or leveling up by doing this, and people were revering her and saying those things. But at the same time, in the card, when I read it the first time, they were saying he's like a sailor and he's sitting here wishing for home, setting for home. Well, this home would be with the divine feminine. His home is not with her. A lot of times he said, I see my girl at home. The divine masculine is constantly working, doing things out there. She said, I don't know, but again, he looks like a lot of times when I see him, he's checked out mentally. He's there, but he's not there. And she's pretty much feeling like a loner. You know, it's like, what happened to the dream? I'm supposed to be having this Cinderella fairy tale ending, and now I'm ending up eating by myself at home. So that's what she's seeing. She said, my girl is eating and being at home a lot of the time. The next thing I talked about was what was the heart of the matter with the whole situation. And these cards came up. Let me see. It was passion, honeymoon, unrequited love, express your love, love yourself first, and flirt. Okay? Let me put this over here. I'm trying to make room at the same time. And let me see if I can match up. Did I put it out of here? Yeah, flirt. It's pretty much still in order. This one. Hold on. This is them two together. And then cycle. It's chaos. To be fair. There we go. Okay. Woo! Thank God I don't put things back in order. Okay, so now. She says that she wants her to be passionate about something. Now, when she got into this situation here, she feels like she's really playing herself small in this situation. That she's like, you know, my girl, before she had gotten in here, I know she had some flaws, but it seems like it's gotten worse since she's gotten to this situation. So the thing is that she wants her to become more wise, and she wants her to become like a queen that she knows that she's capable of. This person is really betting on the potential in her friend. She knows what she's capable of, and just like right now, she's like in this situation, it seems like she has temporarily lost her mind being here. So she wants her to try to really weigh the pros and cons as far as what things no longer suit, and as far as her having like this new beginning. She stated also she wanted her to kind of go and find her bliss, because right now where she's at is a bunch of chaos and conflict going on. She said every time when they try to, it seems like she thinks that the relationship is going to be able to move forward, and she's like, it's not, it's crumbling as we speak. There is no putting this back like Humpty Dumpty back together again. And we talked about fairy tales, and she said again, she's is represented here that she's playing herself small by doing that, because again, it's really in black and white. You want this freedom, it's in black and white. Although it doesn't seem like anything around you is helping you to make this decision or to be able to move, because you got friends and families, and I see them that's encouraging you this bad behavior that you've been really exhibiting now. It's like sometimes she's like, look like she's throwing like a tantrum, and she's not really like, she's not really being her authentic self that I know her to actually be. She's saying also at this time, she's liking the power that it is. She's like that the divine masculine is kind of really at her beck and call. She understands that, but she said, girl, when I look at it again, she's like, I heard the song again, Pebbles. Girl, why you let him treat you so bad? You know, girlfriend, do that. Why you let him treat you so bad? Oh. So again, she said she's told her it's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. This is a never-ending cycle. This thing is going round and round. I say round and round I go. Up and down, side to side. Everything is not going to be all right. Like Teddy Ryder said. And Guy. She needs to understand that she is the center of it all. Understanding also, in order for her to be able to express her love right now, this is how the divine masculine has been acting towards her. She said she can only get so far. She was all into the divine masculine, but divine masculine is like still kind of standoffish. You can even see in this face here. And she said that's kind of the face he's got. And you know, she like, sometimes you see how you look at her when she ain't looking. It's like, okay. So she said, you know, you really got to rely on these serendipitous events to actually occur and happen. A lot of times, and I had said that earlier in the first one, I said we try to push for things to actually happen when it's not that time. And we hear again, as divine feminines and divine masculines, we hear that frequency that tells us, you know what, we're supposed to be a certain way. Like this divine karmic feels in some ways that, hey, I'm supposed to have this fairy tale thing. People are supposed to look at our relationship and hold it in revere, because this is what I feel within me. But like I said in the first take of it, is you've got the wrong person to create that with. You're right in what you're feeling, and that saying that I'm supposed to actually be creating something that people admire and for people to be like a template and to model after. There's nothing wrong with that frequency, but the thing is that you're picking up is that, again, you are picking it up with the wrong person. That person is not the one that's going to be able to help you to fulfill that with, and that's where the problem is. So she wants her to find somebody that, again, let serendipity this time, her girlfriend is saying, play the role this time instead of you forcing it, because a lot of them, they forced it. Once they smell that divine feminine on the trail or the scent coming up, saying, a lot of them, some of them did, they did whatever it was human and possible to kind of cut that stuff off and say shoot, and before you know it, they was off and running some kind of way. You seen some of the movies like they come in and they tell them the wrong time and they at the wrong place, and before you know, when they do catch up to where they at, they off and gone and talk about, you see them saying I do, and you be like, I be down, they told me they was at so and so, you know, I showed up at the wrong place. Or they did some kind of way to make sure that, you know, they got the masculine. And so this time the girlfriend was like, you know, this time let's do it more of in the right way instead of that way. Allow the fates to line it up. I know it might be going blindly, and a lot of times that's kind of hard, but according to the friend, she said that's the best way for you to go. And this is what she's saying because again, this friend seems like she said she released all that doesn't serve her, and it's time to be the truth of who I am. She believes in living in the truth, this friend here, and she's like, you just not. So she said that she really needs, again, she needs to learn how to love herself first. She said when she looks at this divine masculine looks some kind of way like he is still tethered to the past. Something he is still hanging on while he's holding on to her at the same time. And she sensed that, she knows that. And she's like, girl, you should love yourself first in doing that. And she feels also in knowing that some kind of way the higher power has been talking to this karmic as well, and letting her know that goes back to this again. She knows she's been having some inspiration, some epiphanies as well about how she can create this new star. But something about her is she's holding on like this to this pumpkin, that eventually hoping that it's going to change into the carriage that's going to take her to the ball. Also that says that she needs to flourish. She needs to make herself, again, extend your light-hearted energies to others. She feels like you need to find somebody else to extend that heart out to. Make it more or less burdened, because right now where you're at, you're burdened down here. Because she said, because you are also a co-creator. You don't act like you're a victim of your circumstances. Understand that you too can be able to do something to be able to change the circumstances that you are actually in. And so she's saying, you know, you got to look at your foundation. Again, it goes back to the family. Somebody has put in her head about these fairy tales, about this fairy tale ending, and you know that the divine masculine, she keep on kissing him enough, he gonna turn into a frog. And that ain't really actually what's gonna be happening in this situation. You know, like Beauty and the Beast. It's Beauty, and she believes she's Beauty and the Beast. And I've heard my mom talk about it. Sometimes you in them situations thinking somebody gonna change, and you gonna end up the divine masculine gonna be Beauty, and you gonna be the Beast. You know, so my thing is, especially why her friend is talking about it, she keeps on at that rate, is going to end up a role reversal, which is not what we want. So in order for her to go to stamina, because if she keeps on doing this and she has a burdened heart, she's not going to be able to finish the race right where she is and have this new start. She's basing this new beginning of love and how she sees that based upon old fossilized beliefs. And this is, again, I keep on picking up from her, is this is coming from family. This family is putting these things in her head about this whole situation. Did I use their cards? I didn't think I did. No, I did not. Okay, I did that. I'm trying to go in my mind who did I to go next. Did I say, what was she thinking? Okay, what did I see that she said she thought about the young lady? She thought about the karmic in the situation. This is it. Okay. That's where it's going to get interesting. What she said she thought is that, again, when she looks at her friend in the situation, it's like she's putting on the show like a can up in France. She really doesn't know her own image and who she actually is, because she's relying on the reflections of others or other things reflecting upon her to tell her who she actually is. That's just like the moon is something else reflecting. The moon is things on the surface that's going on that's making it seem as if that it's a man in the moon, or even the shadows that's going on. It's always all different kind of things that's giving that illusion, but it's not actually what's going on. And to us from far away, we're looking at it as seeming as if there's a face in the moon. And this right here is, again, I still pick up, according to her, it depends on how other people perceive her, is the way in which she acts or she behaves. Okay, next she said also, she said again, she feels like in her emotions, again, her emotions is making her do, is really the reverse here. Here we go. Her emotions, sorry, here we go with this puppet again. Her emotions is making her, she's like, she told me, I was like, well, it's like the fool like starting over again. She said, no, she's making her act like a fool because she's becoming a puppeteer. She's answering and doing to everybody else's tune, and she's not being her own person, which adds on to the next card that she's talking about here as well, where we have Earth, this materialism when it comes to emotionally trying to do things with the divine masculine. Okay, trying to do things with the divine masculine. Okay, so making her do things, her emotions is making her do things in her thinking that is not what she doesn't feel comfortable doing, but because this emotions to me represents her ego, because I'm looking at it like this skirt, how she presents herself, overly doing things, and is making it uncomfortable. Not only is it making her uncomfortable, it's making the divine masculine uncomfortable too, with this extra show that she's putting on. And he's like, I don't actually know what to do with this. She's really all about, she said, when I look at her, she's all about this image here. And this umbrella here is also a symbol of protection. And she uses the way of portraying as if she is vulnerable, because she has no clothes on here as far as her image, which is represented, that's nice, which is represented by the way in which her image is doing right now. And so at the same point, what's happening is that you have this bird here as well. So that means she's trying to ascend, but she's quite not ready to, because she still has this image that she's trying to uphold to the public, as if she is a conflict, because this is the air card, which lets me know that there is actually a conflict going on with the way in which she is presenting herself. She needs to be, according to her friend, she's like vulnerable and free like that, but she's still sitting on that image that she's trying to protect right there. She also says that she has a problem with, as well, with the with, as far as it seems like she is the one who is giving her own self pleasure in the situation when she sees this, because this is interesting that they have the women female fingers here that look like it's stimulating her own self into this whole situation. And so it seems like she's saying the only one that's having fun in this situation is her, because right now when I look at the divine masculine, he's not the one that's really stimulating her, or at this point, or making her feel like she's got to take action. She's just having pleasure just being right where she is right now. Also in doing so, what time is it? You're just backstage. The next thing is also understanding that she has anger and change. So right now her ego here is the one that's making her be angry as far as what is actually going on in the situation. This ego is the one that's propelling her to be into that, because it's like protected, like, yeah, I'm angry about the situation, yeah, I'm angry that he not choosing me, yeah, I'm angry, you know. Those things are kind of pushing her to go into that place where really she should be eliminated, like X marks the spot. This is not it. She needs to start Xing and eliminating things, but she's really at this point really shattered with this, and all these things here, the ego telling her stuff. She knows she needs to eliminate and X things out. She's feeling shattered in there. This all leads onto this anger and chains that she's actually kind of energy that she's actually in at this time. And this is going to her friend. She's like, she's got a lot of things that's going on here. It's interesting. I know they got this symbol here, and I know that kind of also represents loyalty or something like that. It's got a lot of symbols in here as well. So according to the friend here, you know, if she would take that being more of, so if she would take that as far as being more of a, so if she would take that as far as being more of a person who is looking, 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 who is loo at herself and seeing how she is really actually playing the cowardly lion in this whole situation. You know, she's not really being truthful to herself, and she's kind of over bolstering and overselling herself with this false ego and this thing of entitlement as well. So that is the issue that is actually happening with the divine. That's actually happening with the divine karmic at this time. Okay, I'm gonna stop again for the commercial break, and then I will come back to finish up that one and expound a little bit more on that one.